Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. The clocks have changed, and I have decided not to change when I get up, which is to say I'm now getting up an hour earlier than I used to, so these streams are going to happen an hour earlier than they usually do on Sundays, because everything's going an hour earlier for me now. It's dumb, it's weird, but they're supposed to be stopping this. Hopefully they will. Anyway, forget all that. Today we are diving back into Lobotomy Core and Library of Ruina with the Apocalypse Bird, a very creepy set of birds that will eventually become a larger, even creepier bird later on. This was created, of course, by Zarami and Crow. It comes in this very cool, creepy little box here, and that's about all you need to know about that. Fighting the Apocalypse Bird, we have Definitive Tempest, Dragon Ranger Gargoyle, the new Target Siren created by Jacob Busby, and the final variant for the River Heralds. They have 4 variants. This is Tuvasa. And we'll be fighting in the Disciplinary team. Interestingly enough, we'll see if they can discipline the Apocalypse Bird to behave or something. Let's take a look at how it works. Put the character card into play, Guardians of the Forest side up. Put Little Bird, Big Bird, and Long Bird into play, Guardians side up. So that's these guys here. Villain Egg and Abnormality cards are indestructible. All 3 of those are abnormalities. Whenever a Villain Abnormality card is reduced to 0 or fewer HP, flip it to its egg side. Whenever the environment deck is empty or there are no villain abnormality cards in play, flip this card. So we have a very limited window in which to try and get some of those guys down. Little Bird says the first time each turn a non-villain target deals damage, Little Bird deals that target 1 irreducible melee damage. End of the villain turn, Little Bird deals the non-villain target with the highest HP 1 irreducible melee damage. So we have to remember a lot of these are non-villain target, not just hero target. Big Bird, whenever any number of cards would be shuffled or put into the environment deck, put them in the environment trash instead. The end of the environment turn, discard the top H-2 cards of the environment deck. And Long Bird, so weird. First time each turn of non-villain target enters play, Long Bird deals that target 1 radiant and 1 infernal damage. End of the villain turn, he deals the hero with the highest HP 4 radiant damage, and the hero with the lowest HP X infernal damage, where X is H minus the amount of damage dealt this way. So if the highest has damage reduction, the lowest is going to suffer for it. And that's all we need to know. Here goes nothing. They begin with Peace. This is never a good sign. The non-relic villain target with the highest HP, that's Big Bird, deals a non-villain target with the highest HP 2 irreducible melee damage. That is Dragon Ranger Gargoyle. A non-villain target dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of the villain turn, so he's out of luck. If an environment card is dealt damage this way, destroy it and play the top card of the environment deck. End of turn, Little Bird hits Gargoyle for 1, discard the top 2 cards of the environment deck, and Longbird hits the highest for 4. Who wants to take this? I think it'll be Tempest, and then he takes no extra damage. Let's start with Chain Lightning, and I think we're going to go after them in order of which one is easiest to kill. So 4 damage to Little Bird. Little Bird hits him back for 1, 3 to Longbird, 2 to Big Bird. His power is Displaced Ambassador. Reveal the top card of a hero deck. If it's an equipment card, put it into play, otherwise replace it, and 1 player draws a card. Who's got equipment in this game? I guess Gargoyle does. Oh look, it's the Preservation Engine. Well done, sir. And 1 player draws a card. Let's let the River Heralds draw a card, I guess. Draw a card. Alright, Gargoyle cannot deal damage. Okay, we're going to start with Leech Field, of course. I guess I'll go ahead and use Preservation Engine, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards, and draw a card. Siren, do not want Scouring Dust Storm. That might be useful later, however. Crashing Tide, yeah, let's start with Crashing Tide. We'll go ahead and use her base power. It's Sonic Gale. If there are no Wither Effect cards in play, draw a card. Otherwise, Siren deals X targets 2 sonic damage, where X is the number of Wither Effect cards in play. So there's 1. We'll hit Little Bird for 2. He hits back for 1. Draw a card. I have to remember when the merfolk come into play, Longbird is going to punish them. Mastery of Tides. We definitely want to start with that. Glad I let them draw a card. So, start of your turn, if this card has a token on it, remove that token, you may play a card. Otherwise, put a token on this card. And while it has a token, you activate Wave Effects. So, Tuvasa's power is Sunlit Shaper. The River Heralds deal up to X targets 2 energy damage each, where X is the number of ongoing cards you have in play. If no damage was dealt this way, you may draw a card. So we've got 1. We'll hit Little Bird for 2, take 1 in response, and draw a card. Disciplinary team plays Rabbits. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each abnormality target 1 projectile damage. Then it deals the non-hero, non-employee target with the highest HP 2 projectile damage. Okay, this is going to be cool. So it hits each of them for 1 and takes 1 damage in response. And then it hits the highest for 2, which is Big Bird. Apocalypse Bird plays the Beast. Destroy 2 hero ongoing or equipment cards. Let's see, I can drop Preservation Engine. Gargoyle can deal damage again. I guess I'll drop Crashing Tide. Really don't want to get rid of Mastery of Tides. A player that didn't destroy a card this way discards 2 cards. Let's see, Tempest can discard cards. The non-relic villain target with the highest HP, Big Bird still, deals a hero of a player that didn't destroy a card this way 4 melee damage. I guess the River Heralds will take 4. Little Bird hits Gargoyle for 1. He'll leech field that for 1, even though it's irreducible. Discard the top 2 cards of the environment deck. Long Bird hits Gargoyle for 4, and the lowest for nothing. Okay, Tempest plays Chain Lightning again. 4 damage to Little Bird, take 1 in response. 3 to Long Bird, 2 to Big Bird. Power, he's going to reveal... Let's do Gargoyle again. That is an equipment card. It's Bioenergy Pulse. This is fantastic. He'll let himself draw a card and draw a card. Alright, Gargoyle can do stuff now. And I was actually going to play that, so that's very cool. Let's do Terrorize. Yes, okay. We'll use Bioenergy Pulse. So first hit is 2 damage to Little Bird. He'll take 1 in response. Next hit is going to be to the rabbits. We will leech field that, reduce it by 1, increases next damage by 1, hit Longbird for 2, hit Big Bird for 1, increases next damage by 1, draw a card, and then they all deal themselves 1 irreducible psychic damage. Okay, Siren is gonna play Low of Storm and Sea, and then with her power she'll draw a card and draw another card. Start of turn, we get a token. Tides have been mastered. Play the Jade Sentinel. First time each turn that a non-hero target enters play, this card may deal at 1 melee damage. Increase damage dealt by this card by 2, because we have Mastery of the Tides. He gets hit for 1 and 1. Power, Sunlit Shaper. Hit Little Bird for 2. Take 1, draw a card. Alright, Disciplinary Team plays Clipoth Meltdown Prepared, of course. When this card enters play, reveal the top card of the deck until an abnormality and employee card are revealed. Put the first revealed abnormality card and the first revealed employee card into play, shuffle the other revealed cards. They're not going to shuffle, they're going to go into the trash. Okay, so we're basically going to discard cards till we get an abnormality and an employee, and that's it. Abnormality, employee. Start the environment turn. If there are no non-Sephiroth employee cards in play, one player may play a card, then destroy this card. Okay, so we got the Big and Will Be Bad Wolf, and we got Gabura. First damage dealt to each abnormality target by 1 each turn. Oh my god, that's super good. The amount of synergy is kind of gross. Alright, so this card deals each abnormality target 1 projectile damage, which means it gets to deal 1 projectile damage, and then Little Bird will kill it. So we'll hit Little Bird for 1, the rabbits die. Thanks, guys. End of the environment turn. This card deals the target other than itself with the lowest HP 1 melee damage. If the target is reduced to 3 or fewer HP, put it under this card. Also, when he came into play, I wanted to hit him for 3. With the Jade Sentinel. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay, actually, that first damage from the rabbits would have been 2, so that would have flipped Little Bird. Big and Will Be Bad Wolf hits the Jade Sentinel for 1. Oh, reduced him to 3 or fewer HP, so he steals it. Goddamn. In the environment turn, you may put a card under an abnormality card into its respective trash. If a hero card is moved this way, one player may discard a card to put it in its player's hand instead. Oh yeah, I actually want to have that in the trash, so let's go ahead and start the River Herald's trash. Oh, and you know what? Since they killed Little Bird, they don't take any damage, which means they can actually hit the other 2 birds and the big wolf, and then they hit Big Bird for 2. And good God, I regret playing this environment already. No, but this is good. It's mostly been good for us so far. Okay, Apocalypse Bird plays Peck. Little Bird deals the hero with the highest HP 1 irreducible melee damage. Oh, speaking of which, Small Beak is Little Bird's egg. Apocalypse is considered Little Bird for villain card effects. At the end of the villain turn, Little Bird deals the H-2 non-villain target's lowest HP 1 infernal damage. But Apocalypse Bird is not out yet. This is the 3 birds, so Little Bird is not here to deal damage. Less than H damage was dealt to hero targets this turn, so we play the top card of the villain deck. Small Flutters reduce damage dealt to Little Bird by 1. At the end of the villain turn, if no one-shot ever play this turn, play the top card of the villain deck. End of turn, discard the top 2 cards of the environment deck. Longbird hits the highest for 4, that is Siren, and hits the lowest for nothing. And then technically, this card does not know that a one-shot was played this turn, so we play another card. It's Watchful Eyes, Relic. Whenever the environment or an environment card would deal damage to a villain target, redirect it to the hero target with the highest HP. Increased damage Big Bird deals to the hero target with the lowest HP by 1, so that's not good. Alright, I feel like I can calm down just a little bit. Lightning Slash, let's hit those Watchful Eyes for 5. He will reveal... Oh yeah, he could have dealt the target 1 psychic damage. Yeah, let's say he did that. Boop. He'll reveal the top card of his own deck. Oh, look, it's an equipment card. Fantastic. Draw a card. I've been getting so lucky with that. Let's play Agile Technique. Alright, let's do Bioenergy Pulse again. Again, hit rabbits first. Increases next damage by 1. We'll do 3 damage to Longbird. 1 to everything else. It's actually 4 damage to Longbird because of Gabura, and 1 to the Big Bad Wolf. Increases next damage dealt by 1. Draw a card. These all hit themselves for 1. And it's irreducible, right? So I can Leech Field one of them and give him an extra +1. Hello, of Storm and Sea, discard a card. Let's go ahead and Howling Gale. Why are people screaming outside? So she hits all the non-hero targets for 5 damage, basically. And this will kill the rabbits, unfortunately, but we can Leech Field one of those, so they die less. He's dead. Takes out the relic. She's not overpowered. No. Draw 2 cards. Okay, start a turn, we remove the token, and I can play a card. I'm going to play Dive Down. Yeah. Reduce damage dealt to hero merfolk by 2, activate wave effects. And if your turn, if this card did not interplay this turn, destroy this card. So for my actual card play, I will play River Sneak, and Longbird can't hit her. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. Oh, couldn't hit her anyways. And if your turn, this card may deal a target 1 melee damage. Damage dealt by hero merfolk is irreducible. So, speaking of hero merfolk, I can hit 2 targets with Sunlit Shaper. Let's hit both of them. Increase the first one by 1 because of Gibura. Also, the first one that Siren did should have been increased by 1. Good God. Draw a card, and then River Sneak will hit Longbird for 1. Wow. Also, I should have played the one that gets rid of an ongoing, but I don't care. Start of turn, there are no non-Sephiroth employee cards in play. She is a Sephiroth employee. So one player may play a card. How about the one that lets me destroy an ongoing card? Boop. Wave, you may put an ongoing card or a non-target environment card on the bottom of its deck. No thanks, because if I do that, it'll just go to the trash. Destroy that card. Smiling Bodies comes out. Whenever a target is destroyed, put it on this card. End of the environment turn, this card deals the 3 targets with the highest HP X melee damage, or X is the number of cards on this card plus 2. It gets hit for 2 and 1 by Longbird, because it is an abnormality. I can Leech Field one of those hits. So this hits the 3 targets with the highest HP for 2 melee damage. That is Siren and Gargoyle and the River Heralds, who soak it, right? Yeah, because they're a merfolk. Awesome. Okay, Apocalypse Birds. I should have refilled my water. Play the Black Forest. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck. We discard the top 2 cards of the environment deck. Ooh, they're going to be flipping. Longbird hits the highest for 4. That will be the River Heralds, who take 2. And then the lowest takes 2, which is the River Sneak, who takes nothing, because she's got 3 damage reduction at the moment. End of the environment turn, play the top card of the villain deck. So, the environment deck is empty. We flip this card before anything else happens. Yeah. Flips to the actual Apocalypse Bird. When flipped to the side, set Apocalypse Bird HP to X times 30, where X is the number of villain abnormality cards in play plus 1. So right now that's just 90. Flip all villain abnormality cards. So we didn't take them down. He gets extra HP off of them. Villain egg cards are indestructible. The first time each turn an environment card enters play, Apocalypse Bird deals the non-villain target with the highest HP 4 melee damage. And the first time each turn an environment card enters the environment trash, Apocalypse Bird regains 4 HP. So this is the end of the villain turn right now. We got a Disciplinary Agent, and the environment turn, this card deals the 2 non-hero, non-employee targets the lowest HP 2 melee damage. Okay, that's fine. That's the end of the villain turn, but, so now, Apocalypse Bird will be hitting the 2 non-villain targets with lowest HP for 1 infernal damage. It's irreducible, and then it hits the 2 highest for 1 infernal damage. Also irreducible. Everybody, now it's aquatic correspondence. Start of turn, I'm gonna pick Infernal, I think. That will help. Power. She's only got the 1 equipment card. Let's go and reveal his own deck. Okay, it was not an equipment card. We'll let the River Heralds draw a card. And even Terrorize wouldn't have done that, so that's fine. Your strength is mine. Let's reduce Apocalypse Bird's next damage by 2. Increase Gargoyle's next damage by 2. Power. Agile Technique. So, to make that 8 toxic damage to the Apocalypse Bird. Then he'll hit himself. Yeah, he'll hit himself for 1. Leech Field that. And then he can do 3 toxic damage to the abnormality over there. Oh, are you an abnormality? You are an abnormality, so it actually took 9 damage. Draw a card. This gets wasted on Terrorize, unfortunately. 1 irreducible psychic damage. 1 irreducible psychic damage. I'm sorry, that's the first dealt to each abnormality target. I never noticed that. I don't know why I was playing it as 1. Anyway, Siren. Category 5 would not be great. I'm going to do Scouring Dust Storm. Targets cannot regain HP, which means he won't heal when stuff goes in the trash. Let's go ahead and use the power on that. Deal the target 1 projectile damage. Hit the Apocalypse Bird. Reduce damage dealt by that target by 1. Draw a card. Alright, start a turn. That gets a token, and that sticks around until the end of my turn. Quench. Whenever a hero target would be dealt damage, you may reduce the damage to 0. If you do, discard 2 cards or destroy this card. Oh, you know what? I just realized this damage is irreducible, so it doesn't actually matter. Well, whatever. This might help with the environment. Wave, if this card would be destroyed, you may instead put it in your hand. So we'll probably do that. So, power, let's do, hit 3 targets. I only want to hit 2. So we'll hit the Apocalypse Bird for 3, right? He should have taken 1 extra. We'll hit the Smiling Bodies for 3. Apocalypse Bird cannot heal. Draw a card. Dive Down is destroyed. And River Sneak can hit Apocalypse Bird for 1. Damage is still irreducible. Alright, environment deck shuffles, and we get the Big and Will Be Bad Wolf again, which means he deals the non-villain target with highest HP 4 irreducible melee damage, that is Tempest. Yeah, I need to just get rid of all of my damage reduction effects, because they're going to be useless. Alright, end of the environment turn, there's nothing there. End of the environment turn, it's the 2 non-employee, non-hero targets, so that's the Wolf for 3, and the Apocalypse Bird for 3. Good job, little dude. This card deals the target other than itself with the lowest HP 1 melee damage. That is the poor hapless employee. He was not reduced to 3 or fewer HP. Apocalypse Bird plays Scale Relic. Reduce all radiant damage Longbird deals by 1. That's not going to happen. Increase all infernal damage Longbird deals by 1. Ow. Infernal damage dealt by Longbird is irreducible. You don't say. Okay, end of turn. He hits the 2 lowest for 2 infernal damage each. It's irreducible. That is the River Sneak and the Agent. And he hits the 2 highest, which is Siren and the River Heralds. Yeah, this is actually completely useless. I'm going to destroy that and put it back in their hand. Actually, you know what? No, I don't have to do that. I can leave that out, because it does have some use by being out. Play the top card of the environment deck. That's another Disciplinary Team Agent. He hits the highest for 4. That is going to be Gargoyle. Leech Field one of those. And that's it. Alright, Ball Lightning. Hit the Scale for 4. Yeah, we'll say it's infernal damage the whole time. Destroy the ongoing card. Power, let's reveal the top card of his deck again. It's a one-shot. We'll let Gargoyle draw a card. Draw a card. Okay, Essence Theft. Let's deal a target 3, make that 4 melee damage, and take out the Scale. He heals 1. Oh, except that he can't. Scouring Dust Storm. Power. Angel Technique again. We'll hit Apocalypse Bird for 2, and just hit the Big Bad Wolf for 3. Right, they're both 3. God, that's so hard to remember. Draw a card. They both hit themselves for 1. And I can Leech Field one of those, because gross. Okay, start a turn. Let us discard a card. Play Storm Surge. Draw 2 cards. Discard up 2 cards. Play up 2 other effects. Churning Surf is totally okay because he's not healing. Ravenous Whirlpool? Sure. Okay, so this is pointless. Let's use Ravenous Whirlpool instead, because that's just going to let me hit lots of targets, which I don't want to do. Deal a target 2 cold damage. Then if that target has 2 or fewer HP, destroy it. We'll just hit the Apocalypse Bird for 3. Draw a card. I have to remember she's immune to environment damage too. Alright, Mastery of Tides. Remove a token, I can play a card. I'm just gonna play Banish into Mist. The River Heralds deal a target 3 energy damage, which will be 4 to the Apocalypse Bird. Power, I can hit 3 targets for 2 each. Hit the Apocalypse Bird, hit the Big Bad Wolf for 3, draw a card. And the River Sneak will hit the Apocalypse Bird for 1. Yeah, I'm basically going to keep this out for destruction fodder, I think. Plus, you know, powering up the main power. Disciplinary Team plays Rabbits. Apocalypse Bird hits Siren for 4. Alright, end of the environment turn, she's got nothing to do. There is only 1 target with the lowest HP, so the first agent hits the Apocalypse Bird for 3, second one hits him for 2, and then the Rabbits hit him for 1, and also hit him for 2. Thanks, guys. You're really helping out. I'm not being sarcastic, even though that kind of sounds sarcastic. Apocalypse Bird plays Peck, and he hits the highest for 1 irreducible. I guess that'll be Tempest. Less than H damage was dealt to hero targets this turn. Play the top card of the villain deck. It's another Peck. This is familiar. That will hit the River Heralds. That's 2 damage. That plays Punishment. Oh dear. Increase the first damage Little Bird deals each turn by 2. Increase damage Little Bird deals to the hero with the highest HP by 1. This is real gross. So he is hitting the 2 lowest for 3 and 1 respectively. That is the Disciplinary Team Agent who dies and the Rabbits. Oh no, not the Rabbits, the River Sneak. And he hits the 2 highest for 2 and 1, possibly 2 and 2. No, it's going to be 2 and 2. River Heralds and then Tempest is the highest. And of course, he can't freaking reduce it by anything, but we'll still be doing infernal damage. Chain Lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage to the Apocalypse Bird, 3 to Punishment. And then, I can't believe he hasn't gotten another power card out. Let's reveal the top card of Siren's deck, just for the heck of it. That was a long shot. We'll let her draw a card, and he draws a card. Support Tempest, though. Let's Absorb and Unleash. Gargoyle may deal target 0, make that 1 toxic damage, make that 2 damage to the Apocalypse Bird. Gargoyle deals a hero target 2 toxic damage. Let's help the River Heralds along and kill their merfolk. Oh wait, actually, it only takes 1. Okay, cool. Gargoyle deals up 6 targets 3 toxic damage each, where X is the amount of damage dealt to that hero target, so we'll hit the Relic for 3. Power, Agile Technique. We will hit the Relic for 2, Leech Field it down to 1, and then hit Apocalypse Bird for 3. Draw a card. Okay, start of turn stuff. Destroy an environment card, play the top card of the environment deck. Oh, darn. I don't want to get rid of these guys. Well, sorry. Magical Girl H. End of turn. She doesn't do anything. End of turn. It deals each abnormality target 2 projectile damage. And it deals a non-hero, non-employee target with the highest HP 2 projectile damage. That's the Apocalypse Bird. End of the environment turn. This card deals the non-employee environment target with the highest HP other than itself 3 energy damage. There isn't one. No target is dealt damage this way. Play the top card of the environment deck, and this card deals each target 2 irreducible energy damage. Also, a card came into play, and I forgot to do 4 damage to Gargoyle. Leech field it for 1. Panicked Employee. Oh boy. Everybody take 2 irreducible energy damage. Goodbye, River Sneak. She's immune. Good lord. I might actually want to get rid of Scouring Dust Storm. I don't have any way to do that. Isn't that interesting? End of the environment turn. This card deals the 2 hero targets with the highest HP 2 melee damage. That is Siren, who is immune, and probably the River Heralds. We need to heal that guy. Apocalypse Bird plays the Beast. Destroy 2 hero ongoing or equipment cards. Let's get rid of Quench. Let's get rid of Scouring Dust Storm. Player that didn't destroy a card this way discards 2 cards. That can be Tempest, no problem. Non-relic villain target with the highest HP deals hero of a player that didn't destroy a card this way 4 melee damage. That's also going to be Tempest. Gargoyle is getting low. End of turn, he is hitting the Rabbits for 1 and Magical Girl Q for 2, which lets him heal now because I got rid of the Scouring Dust Storm. And then the 2 highest are Siren and the River Heralds. And that's it. Okay, it's time for Cleansing Downpour. We need healing. Draw a card. Oh, there it is, finally. Something to Fear. Reduce the next damage it deals by 1. Apocalypse Bird, which doesn't matter. Increase his next damage by 1. Let us search for a Hunter card. I don't remember what the other ones are. I could get another Preservation Engine. Yeah, let's do another Preservation Engine. Power. Can't quite use that on the Panicked Employee. Let's do Bioenergy Pulse. 2, 3, 4 to the Panicked Employee. It only had 3 HP, so we increase his next damage by 1, and he heals 1. 1, 2, 3 to the Apocalypse Bird. And then we increase his next damage by 1. Draw a card. Apocalypse Bird hits itself for 1. Leech field for 1. Alright, we destroy an environment card and play the top card of the environment deck. Sorry guys. Scarecrow searching for wisdom. Apocalypse Bird hits Siren for 4. When this card deals damage to a hero target, its player puts a card in their hand under this card. And then she destroys a target with 2 or fewer HP. We don't have any, thank goodness. Storm Surge. Oh, first, discard a card. I'm going to discard no cards and play no cards. Power. Oh yeah, he should have healed 4 also. Let's do 2 cold damage. Make that 3 to the Apocalypse Bird. Draw a card. Start of turn, we get a token on Mastery of Tides. Good timing. Cascading Reverie. Draw 3 cards. Each hero target regains a hit point. Power, I can hit 2 targets, so 3 damage to the Apocalypse Bird, 3 damage to the Scarecrow. Draw a card. The environment plays Dream of a Black Swan. Apocalypse Bird hits Gargoyle, and he leech fields it, because he a cheese monkey. End of turn, she doesn't do anything. This card deals the hero the player with the most cards in hand X irreducible melee damage. Marks the number of cards on this card plus 3. So that is the River Heralds, and they have to put a card under that guy. First time each round this card will be dealt damage, redirect it to the source of that damage. Into the environment turn, play the top card of the environment deck. I don't like that. Rabbits. Okay, never mind. I do like that. Alright, so the rabbits hit each abnormality for 2, except that gets redirected to them, and then they hit the Apocalypse Bird for 2 more. Alright, Apocalypse Bird plays Salvation. Big Bird deals the hero with the highest HP 4 psychic damage, that is Siren. Oof. Till the end of the next villain turn, redirect all damage dealt by a hero target that took damage this way to Big Bird and reduce it by 1. No cheese this time. End of turn, it hits the Scarecrow for 2 and the Rabbits for 1. And then it hits the Black Swan, so it hits itself for 2 and Tempest. Okay, I kind of don't want to do Grievous Hailstorm. Ball Lightning. Hit the Apocalypse Bird for 5. Everybody heal 2. Draw a card. If I could make Siren play a card, I'd have her play Brittle Rhyme, and then we could cheese a bunch of damage onto him. Okay, I'm going to do Dreamcatcher. I don't have anything else to do, really. Draw 2 cards, reduces next damage by 1. He'll deal the target 1, 3 toxic damage, which means we increase his next damage by 2, which it stays. He heals 1. This goes into the trash. That goes into the trash. He heals 4. A target took damage that way, so he deals 1 other target 2 toxic damage. Make that 4. Make that 5. Angel Technique. I'll just hit the Apocalypse Bird for 2. Draw a card. Apocalypse Bird hits itself for 1. Okay, destroy an environment card, then play the top card of the environment deck. This is actually kind of an issue. We'll destroy Dreams of a Black Swan. Apocalypse Bird heals 4. And we play Melting Love. Oh boy. Apocalypse Bird hits Tempest for 4. I need to get rid of that. Oh yeah, were there any targets with 2 or fewer HP? There are, unfortunately. It's the Rabbits. This is no good whatsoever. He heals 4 more. Siren, what are you doing to me? Silvernet, destroy a weather effect. Let's get rid of turning Surf for starters. Select the target until the start of your next turn. Prevent the first damage that will be dealt by that target each turn. That's actually helpful. Draw a card. Alright, remove a token from Mastery of Tides and I can play a card. World Shaper. This card is immune to damage from environment cards. And then we can play... Search for Azcanta. Search your deck for an ongoing card and put it into play. Shuffle your deck. I'm going to play Waterknot. So we increase damage dealt to that target by 1. Start of your turn, discard 2 cards to destroy this card. I can keep that out for probably a round. Shuffle deck. If I have 7 or more cards in my trash, I can move up to 2 cards from my trash to my hand, and if I do, remove this card from the game. I will absolutely do that. We're going to get back the Spelldouse, because I definitely need that. And Jade Sentinel. Now let's bring the River Snake back. Even though I've got another one in hand, I'll take another one, remove it from the game. Draw a card. Oh, you're right, the whenever is only advanced. So we got the damage from the card entering play. He only healed once. Okay, thank you. The environment plays Hooded Mercenary. Oh boy. We've gone from all employees to all abnormalities. Now, Apocalypse Bird deals no damage, it's prevented. End of turn, she's got nothing to do. This card deals the non-slime target with the second lowest HP, 1 irreducible toxic damage, and it gains the slime keyword. That is going to be Hooded Mercenary, who takes 2 and becomes a slime. End of the environment turn, each slime deals the hero target with the highest HP, 1 melee damage. That's going to be Gargoyle, who leeches the first one, the River Heralds. End of each turn, one player may put a card from their hand on this card. If they do, this card deals a target 2 projectile damage. That'll be good. And then if Big Moleby Bad Wolf is in play, they attack each other. Neato. Apocalypse Bird plays Judgment. Longbird deals each non-villain target 0 radiant damage. Whenever a hero target would be dealt damage this way, they may increase it by 2. We will not. Longbird deals the hero with the lowest HP, X infernal damage, where X is the number of non-villain targets in play that didn't take damage this way. So that's 4, 5, 6. Prevented. Ha. End of turn, it hits the 2 lowest for 1 each. That is the Hooded Mercenary for 2, and the World Shaper. And then it hits the 2 highest for 1 each. That is Gargoyle, who will leech field it, and I guess the River Heralds. Oofy oof. Let's Reclaim from the Deep. Oh yeah, if I give somebody an equipment card, I can just play it. But I don't think I will. Brittle Rhyme. This is worn off. It's Sentinel. Oh, you're right, the Melting Love could have taken that. That would be 2 damage. Everybody heal 2. Draw a card. Okay, Gargoyle, do something cool. I'm going to Wither. Get rid of the Melting Love. He heals 4. Haven't we been here already? Increases next damage dealt by 2. Power Bioenergy Pulse. We will do 1, 5, 6 damage to the Apocalypse Bird and 2 damage to the Hooded Mercenary. Destroying it, Apocalypse Bird heals 4. Not the best idea. Increases next damage by 1. Draw a card. Apocalypse Bird does not hit itself for 2. Darn it. Destroy a target with 2 or fewer HP. Well, that was going to get destroyed anyways, so I don't feel quite so bad. Discard a card. Let's play Ridden by the Loa. Power 1, 3 damage to the Apocalypse Bird. Oh, make that 4 cold damage. Power 2, 2 sonic damage. Make that 3 sonic damage to the Apocalypse Bird. Draw a card. Start of turn, I will discard 2 cards. Mastery of Tides gets a token. Okay, keeping Waterknot out. River Sneak. Power, Sunlit Shaper. I can hit a target for 2, make that 3, make that 4 energy damage. Draw a card. Use damage dealt to hero targets by environment cards by 2. Good. And she hits it for 2 melee damage. The environment plays Cliffoth Meltdown Prepared. The Apocalypse Bird hits Siren for 4. Reveal the top card of the deck until an abnormality and an employee card are revealed. Put the first of each into play. Shuffle the other revealed cards into the deck. So we have an abnormality and another Cliffoth Meltdown, which actually just goes back into the deck, which means nothing's going to happen next turn. That'll be fun. Smiling Bodies. Alright, end of turn, she's got nothing to do. The target is destroyed, put onto this card. This card deals the 3 targets with the highest HP, 2 melee damage, where X is the number of cards on this card plus 2. So the 3 highest are itself for 3, the Apocalypse Bird for 4, and the River Heralds for nothing. They soak it. And actually, you know what? I'm going to leech field one of those hits to itself. You can stick around, little buddy. You're our friend. Start of turn, I'm going to deal 2 psychic damage to the Apocalypse Bird. Make that 3, make that 4. It plays Peace. Deals non-villain target with the highest HP, 2 irreducible melee damage. Darn, this is not going to be quite as good as I thought it would. 3 melee damage. An environment card was dealt damage this way, destroy it. He heals 4. That almost ended the game. And then we play another card, which means he hits the highest, that's Gargoyle, for 4, leash field at 1. And nothing happens because there's no cards in the deck. End of turn. Gosh, I have nothing to soak damage for me. It hits the 2 merfolk for 1 each, and then it hits the River Heralds and Tempest for 1 each. And then, Terrorize, it hits itself for 2. Lightning Slash we win. Let's take a look at Apocalypse Bird's deck. We might have seen the whole thing. Tilted Scale. Whenever a player draws a card, another player must discard a card. A Longbird deals a hero they control 2 infernal damage. Always watching. The first time each turn a hero one-shot is played, Big Bird deals the hero with the highest HP 1 psychic damage. The first time each turn a non-target environment card enters play, Big Bird deals the hero with the highest HP 1 psychic damage. And that's actually it. So yeah, we saw almost the whole deck. That was very cool. Apocalypse Bird is a nice, challenging fight. Granted, if I didn't have the healing and the +1 damage taken cards, it might have gone a lot worse. This variant of Siren is pretty cool. The interesting thing is it doesn't say up to, so there's a certain point at which you want to stop using it. Also interesting is that the variant that I made for her does the opposite. You'll see that later. And this variant for the River Heralds is actually also pretty good. It's actually kind of doing the same thing as Siren. Here's about ongoing cards. And that's it for this one. You can find Apocalypse Bird and Disciplinary Team on the Project Moon Sentinels mod. You can find Target Siren on Sentinels Custom Classics, and you can find the River Heralds on Vadskies mod. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks everybody who showed up. There was a lot of people in chat today. That makes me very happy. Tabletop similar to River Sentinels called DLC. Project Moon Sentinels mod, Sentinels Community Custom Classics, and Vadskies Sentinels mod. I'm not listing against games products. Please support the official release and flip. I really wish I could do a Big Bird voice. I don't think I can because I would be making so many jokes about that. Oh my god.